Hey.
Happy spring, everybody.
Happy first day of spring.
Happy first
My
day of spring.
favorite season.
Yeah, spring is pretty dope.
Spring, summer, fall. I hate winter. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, winter
Sucks.
Shit, I mean,
Winter in Chicago sucks.
this global warming keep happening. Shit, it might be lit.
It might
be lit.
By lit, you mean definitely on fire, right?
I don't know. Shit, it's gonna benefit some. I know y'all probably like, yo, boo, tomato. Man, look, calm down. Yo, we talking about since it's spring. This was Sarah's idea. Beautiful idea. Loved it. Loved this idea. I thought this was great. This was probably one of my most timely podcast episodes. We're talking about the city in the garden. City in the garden. Why is Chicago called the city in the garden?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, herbs in orto. Is it orto, or morto?
You should just ask Google how to pronounce it.
Chat GBT, that bad boy, huh?
No, literally just type it.
It's Latin for city in the garden, so it's got to be orto.
I mean, it don't got to be nothing. You just got to ask Google.
Well, we're gonna figure that out.
I'm gonna figure it out while we take the little intro.
Yeah. Let me. I just do this. The city obviously adopted that motto, "City in the Garden," and it's even on the the official seal, right? And they did that before Chicago even had any parks or anything. This was a swampy, muddy land beforehand, so this was kind of like foreshadowing. The city was like, "Yo, we're gonna be a city in the garden." They were
manifesting.
Yeah, they were manifesting it. But how does a city that wasn't even close to a garden become a city in a garden?
Mm-hmm. We're about to find out.
We definitely about to find out, because 77 Flavors of Chicago. Let's go.
It's Sarah.
And it's Dario.
And we traveled through all of Chicago's 77 community areas. We shared some great stories and took you to our favorite restaurants.
But you know what? There's more Chicago history and food to discover.
So join us as we connect you to the greatest city in the world.
You know why? Because this is 77 Flavors of Chicago.
All right, I found it.
That bad boy, what is it? Huh? Oh, it's no H.
How do you...
Urban Indorto.
How do you spell it?
URBS.
Hold on.
Urban Indorto. Urban Indorto.
Baby, relax.
Oh, my bad. I'm just trying to...
URB...
Yeah.
ES?
S. No. URBS.
Okay.
IN. Orto. That don't make sense, because like if it's Latin, it wouldn't be IN.
Pronunciation. Why wouldn't it be IN?
Right, it's Latin, right? That's an English word.
In is
IN.
You think IN is only in the English language?
I mean, I think Latin. I think, you know what I mean. I ain't thinking. I think NEN. I mean, I'm wrong. I've been wrong many times on this podcast. Shit, I mean,
herbs.
That's all she got for us.
That's all she got.
Anyway.
Okay. All right, ho. Relax.
Anyway, it's springtime. How you doing?
Wonderful. I love spring. I thrive during spring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a summer child, so I love the summer. But the spring, that anticipation.
Do something to you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the best preamble of weather.
It's perfect. Like, my ideal weather is 70 degrees all the time.
Yeah.
I just move back to Jordan.
Let's just hold out. Let's just hold out for this global
warming.
Yeah, just hold out.
But the summers get hotter. That's the problem.
Is that what's going on? Yeah, yes. I mean, I guess it's being like a heat.
It's like extreme weather.
Right.
It's not like, more mild around all year round.
Right. It ain't like
it's
the better weather.
Either way.
It ain't like it's better be better.
Yeah, no. If it was better, people would be like, burn more gasoline. Like,
I mean, we got warm weather. We got warm winters. Somebody out there, look. Let me
but
just.
Also, like, people in Florida had hurricanes.
Yeah. Let me just say this, y'all. I'm not like a fan of. I don't want this to be. I don't want y'all to come at me for being a fan of global. I am not. I just want to make that clear.
That one Reddit page is like, Dario loves global warming.
Yeah. Let's clear that up.
You're not a global warming denier.
Mm-hmm.
You're a global warming lover.
Right? No.
You know it's real, but you love it.
I'm just saying it's got some strong points in certain parts of the.
Don't say that.
Certain parts of the area.
Horrendous. People have died.
I know that's very true, and that's why I'm just saying.
You sound like Vanessa Hudgens when she was talking about COVID, when she was like, some people are just going to die. It's the consequence.
No, the COVID way different. I ain't that extreme. I'll be joking. Like, I'm joking. Like,
I know you're joking.
Yeah, I'm joking.
I hope if this is your first episode.
Man, if this is their first episode, you're going to have to take my word for it. We got 105 other episodes you can go listen to and see if I'm serious about this. Anyway, let's move on. So I was doing some research, speaking of the people, just doing some research. And I saw the top 3 cities where our listeners are from. And the only reason why I did this is because I was just thinking, I don't know, I just want to give a shout out to all the people that listen to us on the podcast, the OG. This for you, you know. I just feel like the podcast, when you listen to the podcast, it's doper. I don't know. It just feel doper to me. It just feel like it does. It just feel doper.
What, and y'all in comparison to what?
YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, our YouTube.
Well, on that note, please go subscribe.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Because they pay us
more. It's lit. It's lit over there. But I'm just saying.
And you can consume both platforms.
Because they're two different things, yeah. They're two different things. But I mean, I just feel like this is where the ratchets hang at. Yeah. This is where the ratchets hang at.
This is the back of the bus.
It is. This is the back of the bus.
This is the back of the bus. And it's a lot more intimate, I would say, than the YouTube. The YouTube is like you can see our faces, so we can't.
You know, we can't wild out. We trying to get deals. You know, people can see us. But on here, hey, it go down in the back of the bus. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, it is.
Back here.
It is. We talk about global warming.
You know what I just noticed? Dario Durham loves global warming.
Oh God, I can see the headline. Meanwhile, they're gonna be like, Dario, can you pronounce Midway Plaisance? And they'd be like, he's an idiot. He don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, he was joking.
Do you remember when we did the episode with Tommy over Christmas and you were talking about the 3 French names and one of them was Joliet?
Nah, man, it was Marquise and Marquette and all this Jacques shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of French names.
But where I was going before we get too far tangent.
Oh, yeah.
Our top 3 listeners, by city, Chicago, of course.
Yeah.
Hand over fist. So shout out to all the Chicagoans out here. You know, y'all doing your thing. Number 2 is Seattle. Yeah.
I love Seattle.
Number 2 is Seattle.
Shout out to Seattle.
Shout out to the Seattle people. Number 3 is New York. Shout out to New York. Hey, look.
They haters. That's why they listen.
No. You think they plot? You think they
or
plot?
maybe it's Chicagoans strapped in New York.
Yeah, for real.
Trying to get some respite.
Yeah, this is how they get out. And number 4, St. Louis, another city that we love.
Hey. You know what the funny thing is me and these cities is like you with food. I ain't never been.
Damn. So you just be trash.
I never been to St. Louis.
See, I mean, I've never been to St. Louis, but Cubs.
You know how you like shit on mushrooms and you've never had a mushroom? You know what I mean?
I have had a mushroom.
Now.
No.
Now you've had a mushroom.
Anyway, number 5, shout out to the good people of Joliet.
Joliet?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Joliet. And also,
I like Joliet. I mean, I don't like Joliet.
As I'm trying to make peace with everybody, you up here, everyone, boo, New York.
Except for Seattle.
Boo,
I love Seattle.
That's because you live there.
Yeah.
You got friends there?
I know.
Everybody else just get a boo. Hey.
I have one friend in Seattle. That's it.
Here's the thing. I ain't got no real beef with New York. It's just sports related.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they got the same beef.
For me, it's because people romanticize New York so much when they shouldn't, because it's literally a hellhole. You got rats running around your city. Okay?
We do too.
No, but not in the same way. You got the garbage is on the street.
You see, they gangbanging out there. You said they rats out here thugging.
The rats are like cat sizes.
Damn.
And people romanticize New York so much and sleep on Chicago so hard that it just pisses me off.
Hey, how about this?
I like New York. I'll visit, but I will never live there. Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows where life will take me?
Here's the thing.
Look, I'll never live there. 20 years.
New York, if you got a podcast, if there's a podcast out of New York that does similar things to us, let's do a joint podcast, New York.
Man, fuck them.
No. Come on. Let's do a joint podcast, New York. Let's do it. I'm
sure there's a lot of creators in New York.
Because that's kind of dope that you are one of our top 3 listeners, So, hey, that's all I got for that.
You know what I noticed? You don't do trivia anymore.
I don't. I kind of do lead-ins.
Yeah, I like the trivias.
Which is dope. Thanks for that lead-in. Let's start. Did you know?
You didn't even ask me how I was doing or how
I did ask you. I said, so what's going on? That was literally the first question. That was the first question.
Oh.
Boy, we got to run this one back now.
Are we 10 minutes in already?
We definitely 10 minutes and 15 seconds in.
All right, well, I guess we'll start talking about history.
But that was a good point. You brought up trivia. I'll bring it back. I'm sorry. I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
I know that was a good little thing. Did you know that Chicago's first park was actually on a cemetery?
That's wild.
That is very wild.
Wildly disrespectful.
Yeah, so just to preface, we're going to tell you how we got to the point of being a city in the garden. But our first park was on a cemetery. And let me tell you that story. So we know the first park is Lincoln Park. Okay? Lincoln Park is the first park in Chicago. And there's a tomb there called Couch Tomb. It was built in 1858. And honestly, that's the only way you would know that was a site of a cemetery. Okay?
You don't think they documented that it was the site of a cemetery?
I mean, yeah, that tomb.
No, but I mean,
no, they know
when they dug it up.
Yeah, they know that it was a tomb, but obviously city grew, right? So that was a site. So when they built that, and the reason why I'm starting with that is because that's the only way you would know that Lincoln Park is on a burial site.
That shit probably haunted as hell.
Right. That's what. That's haunted Chicago. That's the thing.
Yeah. I want to do one of those tours.
That would. I don't know if I could do that, but. So the tomb, the Couch Tomb, right? Mm-hmm. Buried there. So how we got there? That tomb was built, like I said, 1858. But prior, that had been the city's cemetery for probably a couple decades before then. I don't know, but it was the city cemetery. People wanted to improve the area and make it like a park, right? Because they're in a time, the north side is here where, all right, unrest and shit like that. It's like the city's starting to grow. All right, man, like, what we doing? You know what I mean? Like, we tired of all these people here. So what they did was they kind of did that. The cemetery started to deteriorate. And so what they did was they start digging up the bodies, right?
That's wild.
They start digging up the bodies and they moved these bodies, to a different site. Okay, so
so they reburied.
But
they weren't like landfill.
We talked about this in the I think it was the Montclair, Lincoln Park, in Montclair, I believe, because or Rose Hill, right around that time. Yeah. Because that's where a lot of people were moving. They were moving the bodies.
That's wild.
And they don't even know how many people, because people were really undocumented there, right? They were like, it was a lot of undocumented things happening. Yeah. Anyway, the people, right? So the people start protesting and wanted to kind of move the people along, right? Move this park along. And they did. The park, it became Cemetery Park. That's the best they got for them.
They were like, here, parks, over a cemetery, what? Cemetery Park.
It's like, the fuck is this? No. So,
literally.
Cemetery Park, but again, deteriorating. But this reason why it's significant is because this was the first time the people kind of got together and said, hey, let's make parks around the city. And there was legislature and protests and people kind of coming together. And this was the first time in the country that you've seen something happen like this, okay? So that's exactly what they did. They started making parks. That was kind of like the catalyst for more parks to be created. Yeah. 1865, after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, that's when it became Lincoln Park. That's when they made that. That's when they made that Lincoln Park. This was the park that started the commissions in the park district. So Lincoln Park was the first one to start these different commissions. And if you don't know, there were three major, commissions, park districts that started around the city that kind of was the catalyst for it. There was the Lincoln Park. There was West Park, and West Park at that time consisted of what back then was called North, Central, and South, Humboldt, Garfield, Douglas, and then the South Park system, which was Jackson Park, Washington Park, Midway, Plaisance.
Columbus wasn't on the West.
Not yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. So I'm sure you all probably heard of the Emerald Necklace. Okay, Emerald Necklace, and the hidden Emerald Necklace is that system of boulevards and parks that kind of make a loop around Chicago's
like a necklace
downtown, like a necklace, right? It starts up there and it kind of circles around just like I did. Burnham Park and Jackson, all that make the east side, the part that runs along the lake. So these were the three parks that started the kind of wave, the park districts and waves in Chicago. The Emerald Necklace is part of the National Registry of Historic Places as of 2018.
The whole thing.
It is 26 miles long. It consists of 8 parks, 19 boulevards.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty huge, right?
See, this is why we're better than New York. You got one big park in the middle of your city. We got a bunch of big parks all over the city.
Well, it's funny that you say that because there were a bunch of people that helped create these parks in Chicago, and most of them came from the East Coast. Actually, Frederick Law Olmsted, which we'll get to, he actually created Central Park.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. So, like I said, there was several people that created parks around the city and kind of was part of this wave.
How old is Central Park?
Old, I don't know. Let the New York podcast talk about that.
Damn.
But let's start going around the parks. We're gonna start on the south, right? We're gonna start on the south. Frederick Law Olmsted. He was the commissioner of the South Parks. And he modeled it after open fields and countryside that he was used to. So when he came from New York, that was what he knew. And he moved to Chicago and was like, yo, we got all this land. Let's transform this shit. It's flat around here. He was used to like mountains, like I said, countryside, open fields, things like that. So his plan was to kind of go on the south, on the south part of Chicago. And keep in mind, this was all right around the time Chicago was trying to start for the World's Fair. You know what I mean? Like we're anticipating a lot of things happening, right? And so when he came, his vision was, let's connect waterways and have waterways go to inside the park so you can have ponds and like little mini rivers and creeks and stuff like that and make it countryside-ish on the south side.
Prairie-ish.
Yeah. So his plan, he did it. If you go down to Jackson Park, if you go to Washington Park and Midway Plaisance, and you see beautiful, right? You see like the Midway Plaisance is dope because that was literally like a plot of land that was supposed to be a park for the 1893 World's Fair. And then if you look at the different parks there, you have lagoons there with bridges that walk over them that look very
everywhere,
everything. So it looks dope.
Yeah.
That never happened with the water. They never got the water to flow from Michigan, the Lake Michigan, to those parks.
But there is some water.
But there's water there. There's definitely water there.
Don't swim in it.
Yeah.
But
something else that they did was that he did down there was because, like I said, it was like countryside. So he put sheep as grazers in the fields to kind of keep
that's cute
the land like looking great. But also what it did was
they didn't have lawnmowers.
Yeah, right. They did then. They had sheep lawnmowers.
They probably had the manual lawnmower.
Yeah, right. Maybe. Something. No, I don't know. I don't think lawnmower. When was lawnmowers created? Like the one with the big knives. While you do that, I'm gonna keep on going. Okay. So that's the South Parks, right? Mm-hmm. And honestly, we just kind of paraphrase, but like just give you people that kind of started these things. The West Side Park system was headed by William LeBaron Jenney, who was at the time when he was right before Chicago was really being like really being built, right? You know what I mean? Like rebuilt and everything like that. The vision for Chicago. Daniel Burnham. He and Daniel Burnham actually were kind of business partners, and they both obviously were like, yo, let's build this city up to make it look like something. Daniel Burnham had a hard on for Paris. So he wanted Chicago to look like Paris and kind of like, robust and things like this. And so all these people have these different plans. So, but he and William LeBaron, they worked together. So they had some prior knowledge to before, a lot of stuff was happening. But William LeBaron Jenney was the commissioner for the West Side Parks. And again, the West Side Parks consisted of Humboldt Park, Garfield, and Douglas at the time. Those were the major parks. Now, those were the parks kind of like the same story. That he had his vision, so he created the park. But we talked about this. There was some controversy with the parks out there and on the west side, and led by William LeBaron. You know, he didn't really lead it the best, and he kind of faltered. And his partner was that he kind of like took over for was Jens Jensen. Okay, now why is Jens Jensen important? It's because on the west side there was, in the Austin area, Jens Jensen was a world renowned country renowned, USA renowned landscape architecture. So boy,
that took a minute.
Boy,
there.
that did. Boy, I took the scenic route. Boy, shit, breathe. Breathe. My bad. Damn, my bad, y'all. Breathe. So he was dope at landscape architect. He had a park that he created called Columbus Park, which is actually one of the few parks that's in the National Registry of Historic Places. So, and the reason why this is this was the first park that Jens Jensen had to create by his own. It was 140. It is 140 acres. It was one of the only parks, like I said, that he created. The park was built, and how it was built on the natural topography of the land. So he didn't come in and say, "Hey, let's put something here, let's put something there."
Right.
He just used what part of Chicago
was already there.
So like, like natural running water due to like the glacial, reform there. So he used that. So if you go to the park, there's waterfalls in there, just natural, like you just planted, maybe dolled up a little bit, but like not anything done extra.
Right.
He added field houses. He had playing fields. So basketball, baseball, football, soccer, all that kind of stuff. He added those things like a little
basketball wasn't.
Prairie Rivers, all this stuff is there now. Prairie Rivers, bunch of stuff. He added a bunch of stuff there. And so it just became like a marvel, right? It's like a marvel. And honestly, if you go out there, it's dope.
It's beautiful.
It is dope.
It really is. The field house there is really cool.
Yeah. It's really dope. So it was part of the registry, right? Mm-hmm. Now I told you like this is important, and I'm gonna tie it all back to how how it ties to the West Side Park. So this was not a part of the West Side Park system until 1912, 1913, when William LeBaron came to him and said, "Hey, that's a dope ass park. Come over here, and won't you help me work on Humboldt, Garfield, Douglas, North, Central, South parks at that time?" And so he did. And that's where the struggle came in. Again, we talked about this on the podcast many episodes ago. But to kind of bring it back to you, they just struggle financially. They struggle with like getting things done. They could never get like a footing down. And so that's where William LeBaron Jenney kind of got like under heat. He was removed. He quit. Like they even fired Jens Jensen at some point. Like they fired him. Like
wow.
Yeah, he fired him. It's crazy how they did him really. But he kind of stayed and like helped make those parks, Humboldt, Garfield, Douglas, look amazing. And fun fact, if you go over to Humboldt Park, there is a dope park, like a little literal prairie field with flowers and everything. When it's full bloom, it's gorgeous.
So beautiful.
And it's not even hidden, but it's like something that for some reason doesn't get talked about enough.
This summer we're going on the Swan paddle boats.
Yeah, right.
We are.
Got to. Yeah.
We got to.
Yeah, and podcast from there. What you trying to do? What's up? Let's go.
You would not let the camera on there.
What you mean? As long as I hold it? Shit.
On the water?
As long as I'm holding it's in the boat. I ain't holding it off the boat. Okay. I mean off the little paddle. We good.
Little paddle.
But so those are the parks, right? Those are the original, what is that? 7 parks, right? That kind of like started the Chicago wave. And now, of course, y'all, there's tons of parks. And as you drive through this and ride through it and walk through, if you were to do that big old 26-mile loop, there are so many other parks that you can kind of like go to and kind of see and like be like, damn. So if you ever seen the sign where it says boulevards,
right,
that's part of the Emerald Necklace.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. Now, where we at with the parks, right? 1912, 1913, that's where we are. Fast forward all the way to 1934. All the parks got consolidated. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know how it is. Infrastructure is better when you all work together, right? And as Chicago is growing, and in 1934, we had just finished up the second World's Fair that we had. That is when the Chicago Park District was formed, 1934. Nice. All those parks came together. And here's some fun facts about the Chicago Park District. It is almost 9,000 acres in total green space.
It's also a conspiracy theory.
Don't listen. Don't do that. It is 600 parks, almost 600.
600 parks.
600 plus parks. 30 beaches. 30 plus beaches here in Chicago.
See?
30 beaches, y'all.
Exactly. You don't need to go to a coast.
You do not. Chicago's gorgeous. And 50 natural spaces.
Yeah. You know what I love about the beaches? That no one in the city can build and live on the beach.
Right.
They are public.
So glad that you said that. Because that is, so here's another fun fact for you all that are not
don't
from Chicago.
Don't go to Evanston though, because private beaches there.
Yeah, if you are not from Chicago, if you don't know this, but like that was one of the things that Daniel Burnham, as part of the Chicago plan, he said that there will not be any buildings or anything blocking the lakefront and all the spaces, and the parks should be open and free to the public forever. So that is a thing here in Chicago that, you know, a lot of times traditions die down, right? You know what I mean? And that was essentially just a saying. Yeah. And this guy came in and said, hey, this is the plan for the city. We not going to do this, right? Yeah. So if you ever look and wonder why Chicago has 30 plus beaches in a city,
you can't get a beachfront house.
Right. You can't get a beachfront. That's because Chicago said, "Nah, we're not going to obstruct that beautiful view."
I honestly love that.
It's
I really
gorgeous.
love that. Like everything is everywhere is a public beach.
Everywhere
it's
nice. Public, and not only that. Think about this. I'm sure there's other towns and cities that have some beaches, right? But they're all blocked. You can be in over in Oakland, and in Burnham Park. That's Burnham Park. The Burnham Park is 6 miles long. Yeah, it's large. You could be there and still get a gorgeous view of the skyline.
I know.
You could be in Rainbow Beach down in South Shore, and still get a gorgeous view. You could be up north and still get a gorgeous view.
Literally anywhere.
And that's because we said it. Daniel Burnham said it, and that is Chicago's Emerald Necklace, and that is how Chicago became a city in the garden.
That's amazing.
There you go.
I love that. For what?
That was for the people. That was for the city. That wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. That wasn't for me.
Anyway, I found out some information about the first lawnmower. You ready?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So in 1830, the first lawnmower was invented and patented. Okay. By Edwin Budding in England, and it was designed to cut grass on sports grounds, cemeteries, and extensive gardens, pushed from behind and made of wrought iron. And it was 19 inches wide. And then 10 years later, it became one that, you can pull by animal. And then 20 years later, it was steam powered. 1868, they had a real type spiral blade mower. And that was when it first came to the U.S. 1870 was the first human pushed lawnmower. And 1921 was the first gas powered mower. That takes about 4 acres a day.
Wow. Who the hell cutting 4 acres a day, though?
Well, they got property back then. So
yeah, but still, imagine the lawnmowers back then that was cutting 4 acres. You was doing this shit. That wasn't all day process.
You could buy a house for $3,000. So
man,
they had mansions for $5,000.
That's wild. Hey, coin for
that.
Coin for that. That's good. That was good information.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of City in the Garden, you got to eat in the City in the Garden. And we ate.
So we actually traveled all over. We went to all three of those parks that Dario mentioned. We went to Lincoln Park, and then we went to Washington Park, and then we went to Columbus Park, and then we went to Humboldt Park to eat.
And that's what we're going to talk about after the break.
Yeah, buddy.
We'll be right back.
welcome back to the food portion of the episode. Today we went to Lucy's. We went to their Humboldt Park location. They have two, one in Uptown and one in Humboldt Park. And let me tell you a little bit about this place because I really like the vibe in there, and we'll talk about that in a second. But Lucy's was, it began, so the husband and wife, Damien and Jessica, they're both immigrants, and they opened their first food truck in 2013. And you know, they went through a couple of rebrandings, a couple of menu changes, and then in 2015 they settled on Lucy's the way, like the theme that it is today, right? Okay. And they came up with their signature spicy fried chicken, and in 2017 they opened their Humboldt Park location, and then in February 2020 they opened their Uptown location. And basically it's family owned. The vibe in there, it's meant to feel like a 50s diner, 50s, 60s diner. They took the idea of like a pinup girl, which is Lucy, right? Lucy is like a feisty pinup girl, basically.
Does she? I was just about to say, does she got any, like, is Lucy like a person that we know? Or
She's not
just
real.
They just named her.
She's not real. Yeah, they just named her. But basically, they took the idea of Lucy because pinup girls are often associated with like women being like hypersexualized, but in reality, pinup girls were like ultra feminists. They, you know, this is based on their story and why they picked it. I don't study pinup girls, so don't come at me. This is not real.
I don't. I think I did way worse with with the global warming. We're good. We're safe.
But pinup girls were actually like fighters for the rights of women and stuff like that, and so that's why they settled on that. They are very big on being immigrant women owned restaurant, and so we stopped by and we tried where they're located in Humboldt Park is a really cute strip because it has a couple of really cute shops,
and the Clipper is right there.
The what?
The California Clipper. Is it the California Clipper or the Clipper? The bar we went to.
Yeah, I like that bar a lot. All right, so their menu is pretty concise. I would say they know what they're good at and they do it very well.
Yeah, buddy.
So you can get, it's fried chicken, burgers, fries, and sides. Those are the 4 categories of things on their menu. Right?
You don't need no more than that. That's good.
So you can, for their fried chicken, they have their signature spicy fried chicken. That comes with coleslaw and pickles and American cheese. And then they have their bacon jam spicy fried chicken, their buffalo blue spicy, and then their fried chicken pieces. Yeah. So from this menu, we tried 2 things. We tried the signature spicy.
3.
From this fried chicken menu,
the fried chicken
we tried 2 things. We tried the the signature, and then we tried the bacon jam.
Let's start with the bacon jam because that's
the bacon jam because that was the star of the show. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that burger in a second.
But that's I could have bet all my money that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about the burger, but the bacon jam thing. So it's got literally bacon jam. It's crispy ass chicken with
garlic aioli. And American cheese on brioche bun.
And bacon and jam.
You know, I just want to say, it's bacon jam, so it's jam of bacon.
So it's like mixed.
No, it's like, so to make jam, it's usually like sugar and whatever fruit you're using and water or lemon juice, but this is jammy bacon.
So
there's no like fruit added to make
so
the jam.
Would they just like made it syrupy or something? Oh, okay, then it's different. You had your boy out here thinking I was eating Welch's.
No.
The whole time I'm up here lying to him, boy, I could taste the Welch's.
Wow.
I could taste the grapes.
Wow.
And there wasn't no goddamn grapes in there.
There was definitely no grapes.
But it was good though. I'm gonna tell you that. It was real good.
Yeah.
Look, the chicken is, I mean, it's crispy as hell. If you get a not crispy piece, I don't even know what to tell you, man. Yeah. You either making it up or they just had a bad day.
It's like a large, like a hefty, a hefty thing. But
chicken off the bun.
The bacon jam is like obviously onion, bacon, sweetener, maybe sometimes balsamic vinegar. I don't know what their recipe is, but yeah. So
it was lit. It was lit. Now, and it's like a perfect, like different enough to be like, all right, this is smacking, right?
Yeah.
But I found the life hack. If you take some of the bacon jam and you put it in the macaroni and cheese we had.
Yeah, that was really fucking good. I would suggest to them to have an option to top their mac and cheese with bacon jam.
Bruh, y'all need
that
to
is fire.
Sell the bacon jam separately. You know what I'm saying? like as a added, that's like it's like Big Mac sauce.
Add bacon jam to your mac and cheese.
Oh my
please.
God!
And the cheese fries.
And the cheese. Oh, look, okay.
I love bacon jam personally.
That shit was fire, y'all. Like, oh my goodness, good. And so, not that I want to slide by the other chicken sandwich, the spicy one. Fire.
No, it was really great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Enough spice, to be like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. So you're not going to lose on the chicken side of things. But we did have those fries and the macaroni and cheese.
Did.
Rich, creamy cheese.
Let's talk about the burger real quick.
Oh, you want to go to the burger before we go to that?
Before with the sides?
Shit,
you want to
let's
do the sides first? Okay, let's do the burger. So the burger, we got the classic burger. It's a double patty, American cheese, red onion, Dijonnaise.
Yeah, buddy.
And pickles on brioche.
Double patty, double cheeked up.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
I really loved that burger.
Now, here's what I was going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Because, everybody going to be like, man, this burger better. This burger over here. This burger, this. I think this might be one of the more slept-on burgers in the city.
You say that about every burger.
No, I don't say that about every burger. I'm gonna say it about this one. I think this one slept on.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I really liked it a lot.
And it's like one of them things where I wish people would go out here and just try it. Like
it's juicy.
Yeah,
it's like
got that buttery.
Yeah, and you know what I love? The red onion isn't in rings. It's diced red onion, so you don't get a shit ton of red onion in every bite. You get the right amount of red onion.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It's not too many pickles. It's not too much sauce that it's the bread is falling apart. I think it's done really well.
Very well. I think honestly, when we were eating it, I was like, man, look. I know I'm only one bite in, but that's one fuck of a bite.
Yeah.
I
mean, their burger is made from Angus steak, and then their chicken is Amish chicken. So
okay. It ain't played no Nintendo. it ain't played no electronics.
Let's move.
Okay.
We were recommended, unfortunately, after we ate, one someone that works there recommended the Juicy Lucy, which is a double patty with melted cheese sandwiched
the Juicy
with
Lucy
secret sauce. But the thing is, the cheese is in the meat patty as opposed to
that's usually where it is.
Wow. All right. Well, let's move on from that. So if you want to try that, we did not try it, but I would not be surprised that it's.
Well, you gotta have an alibi when you order that bad boy. Yeah, let me come home and tell Sarah, man, look, I had Juicy Lucy. She said, what? I said, Juicy Lucy.
You'd have no home to come to after that.
You gotta have an alibi. I wish we'll try. We'll try next time.
Yeah.
I mean, in the burger, I don't even know if it's necessary. That shit is fire the way it is.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean,
it was
really and here's the thing, y'all could disagree with me if you want to. That's fine. I mean, I'm sure we've been on this podcast. People are like, man, that wasn't that good. Yeah. That's fine. It's up to you.
It's subjective.
I will say, I'm gonna stand on the ground, man. This burger might be one of the most underrated burgers in the city. It is that, and I'm not just saying that.
I feel like you know what? I feel like food is very subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have our opinions. You guys know our palates. Some things I like, Dario hates. Something Dario loves, I hate.
Right.
So our opinion is not the ultimate.
Right.
So
it's close to it. Close.
But we'll tell you if something is shit.
Yeah, right.
We'll tell you if something is mid. We'll tell you if something we think is great. But that doesn't mean that you'll go and you'll will hate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say, y'all, go try it. Yeah, it's worth it.
Try it.
It's worth it.
I really think you.
Lucy's.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Lucy. Y'all got yourself one with that burger. I know y'all win awards and everything for the chicken, and I don't want to knock the chicken.
Yeah, they have won awards for the chicken.
Have they won awards for that burger?
Not that I know.
The burger is congested. I feel like that's a congested field. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of burgers.
There's a lot of burgers.
I would say it's really hard to come up with a top 10 burger list because there's so many burgers. It's like tough. Saying what's the best taco in the city.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
There's
tough. So many. But it's so hard.
Lucy's, I want y'all to know from the bottom of my heart. That shit made me feel different. I ain't gonna lie.
You're gonna be the new spokesperson for Lucy's.
I will. I stand
You're
on
gonna
that.
be the Steph Curry of Subway.
Damn.
for Lucy.
Why? Not the Steph Curry of Subway. Shit, at least you ain't
Try
sitting.
it. You're gonna hold the burger and just do that cheesy smile.
I do it. Lucy, get at us.
Let's talk about the fries real quick because Chicago Mag labeled these the best fries in Chicago. So we had the cheese fries.
Wow. Shit.
They just have cheddar cheese on top of them, and then we got jalapenos on the side.
Best fries in Chicago?
That's what Chicago Mag said.
When did this come out? Now, look, Lucy's back. Just say token. I ain't trying to get, I'm up here singing y'all praises.
When did this come out? I never.
Yeah, wait. I mean, but what year?
I don't know.
Okay. Damn. Shit, take y'all credit. I mean, they not bad.
No, they're thin.
Yeah.
They're long. They're not usually most people's.
Nah, not a lot of preferences. Not a lot of preferences.
Anyway, but the cheddar. Here's what I like. I like the cheddar cheese that's on there because it doesn't taste synthetic.
Yeah, right.
You know that like nacho cheese that's on there that's usually tastes like shit.
That come in the you go to the movie theater and that's the cheese they put on.
I feel like I will not put money down on this, but I feel like that cheese sauce is homemade.
Yeah, something gotta be.
It tastes too normal.
Yeah, right. It is very good.
It tastes fresh. Like it tastes like actual cheese. It doesn't taste like plastic.
Yeah, it is very good. Y'all doing something right there. Best fries in the city.
They also have
that's heavy.
This is something I want to try next time. Is their porky fries? It's smoked pork shoulder, bacon, barbecue, cheese, and pickled jalapenos on top of the fries.
Let's go back this weekend. Shit. I'm with it.
We also had the mac and cheese, which was really great. It's I don't think it's baked, which is usually my preference, but nonetheless, it was really wonderful.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
I got a chocolate shake, and Daria got a vintage bottled soda.
Yeah, right. They were good. It was good.
The only thing I would say is that it is not. Do not compare it in price to other places. It is pretty expensive. It's not pretty expensive, but it's not cheap.
Right.
Is what I would say. The signature sandwich, the signature fried chicken sandwich, I believe was like $12.
Get it right.
Maybe.
Get it right.
Yeah, let me double check.
Yeah. Look that up.
Yeah, let me make sure I got this correct because it does not say on their website. So, and I think it's because they've recently changed their prices, or something.
All I know is it was a little bit up there. It's a little bit up there. But I mean, here's the thing.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but the signature spicy fried sandwich is $10.95. The bacon jam fried chicken sandwich is $12.95. The classic burger is $10.95. None of them come with fries. You have to order the fries separate. The cheese fries that we got were $5.75. Regular plain fries are $3.95. The milkshake is $5.75, and the soda is $2.95. They high. The mac and cheese is $4.95.
Yeah, it's high.
So it's not cheap.
I mean, ball out, shit.
But if you want a treat, and it is, I would say it's because it's like high quality ingredients. Like Amish chicken is not cheap, and Angus steak is not cheap. So
I feel like you just got to say it ain't trick unless you got it. When you swept, that make everything feel better.
I think everything we ordered came out to like $55.
Yeah, that's
and I think I would say that would feed like 3 people. What we ordered would at least feed 3 people because we got 3 sandwiches, 2 fries, and mac and cheese. And so
the problem is like
under $20 a person.
The problem is like, you had a Richard's ice cream burger, and that bad boy is $8.
I know.
You know what I mean? For like a huge ass burger
with fries.
And it's
but
great.
it's an entirely different
100%,
vibe,
right? 100%.
I mean?
But if we just apple to apple, if we just doing apple to apple, you know what I mean, pound for pound.
But then Cheval has the audacity to charge $15 a burger. So you choose where you want to spend your money.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like so that's why it's like, man, you do what you want to do. But that's and I'm gonna still throw it up in. It's one of the best burgers.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I really liked it a lot.
And I feel like you ain't seen it. No, like I ain't heard nobody be like, bro, you had that burger from Lucy's. We gonna start that shit now.
Honestly, I feel like we do get a lot of recommendations, but also we just like. We eat out so much. Like,
yeah, I know, but like, have you heard somebody say go to Lucy's for a burger?
Why are you saying that?
No, because I'm saying like I never heard it.
You said nobody ever heard of y'all.
You know,
Like, stop.
Okay, all right. But I'm just saying, like,
you know, when you tell somebody you're the best kept secret in the city, like, that's not a compliment.
I mean, look.
Nobody knows about you.
There's gonna be thousands of people that hear now.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like, so there's gonna be thousands of people that hear us and hear us rant about this.
Yeah, go eat that burger.
Yeah, right. And that's if they make it past the global warming.
If you made it this far,
if you're a real one, you're a real one.
Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this podcast episode.
Yeah,
this episode. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and send it to someone you like.
Mm-hmm.
If you did not enjoy it, is it because Dario is a global warming lover?
Yeah, did I lose y'all early?
Did he lose you? I hope you know he's joking.
You're right. Again,
Dario is not a global warming lover. But if you think he is still out of line and disrespectful as hell, go ahead and DM him at super_Dario.
This is the second week in a row I'm getting.
Peace out. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed that. Please follow us on all social media at 77 Flavors Shy. And if you have any ideas and things you want to learn about, please email us at media@77flavorsshy.com.
Yeah, and if you could, also head on over to our YouTube channel, same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, and give us a follow, give us a like, and give us a good rating there. Make some comments.
Only
Go ahead and
if you
subscribe.
like it.
We love y'all. See you next week.